That class was great. We pretty much went over every single thing that we use with Wella, like all the permanent colors, the new Permanent Express, Lumina, the new what is the other one, like the Blondor Extreme toners. We went over that. We went over Shinefinity. We went over like so much, everything about the bleach. But I guess we can go over what we learned today if y'all care to know. In case you're somebody that uses Wella, or if you're trying to transition to Wella, here's all the notes I took. So first thing we learned is if you want to mix a color and you don't have it, because Wella, it's like the level is first. So like, let's say you're doing a level 6, and then the second number and the third number is the tonality, you know? So if you're gonna mix a 6, 7, 4, it's a level 6. The base color is a 7, the second color is a 4. And she said that like the first number is 2 parts to the second number. So if you have to mix for a 6, 7, 4, but you don't have it, you want to do 2 parts 7, 4, 1, or no, 2 parts 6, 7, 1 part 6, 4. So that's something nice to know, because honestly I didn't know that. I just kind of eyeball it, which it hasn't failed me in the past, but good to know, like, you know. And then she also said if you have brown eyes, light skin, you want to do a warm tone on you, because if you do a cool tone, that will wash you out even more because you're already so cool. So you are going to just be too much cool and you won't have any tone to you. But she said if you have brown eyes, warm skin, you want to do cool hair for that. So for me, that I have brown eyes, warm skin, which right now, warm wear. Bro, this is the whitest I've ever been in my entire life. I'm not even kidding. She asked me, she was like, do you tan in the summer? I was like, yes, I tan in the summer if I am outside, but there's no summer here, so I'm not tanning here. She's like, oh, okay, well, since you tan in the summer, you're very warm, or you're very warm toned, like your skin is, and your eyes are brown, very warm, so you would look good with cool hair. Which right now my hair is warm, but it's like a dark warm, so it's not too much, so it's okay. And honestly, it's kind of nice because my skin is so white right now that I feel like it gives me color. Now if I was darker, maybe this color wouldn't look that good on me. That's actually something to think about. Okay, and then if somebody has 100% gray, you want to do 70% the natural shade, and then you want to do 30% the desired shade. So you want to do like natural, and then if they like the, let's say they like a gold, so then you do like the 3. And then the Express line, which is the new 10-minute permanent color, she says on the lighter shades, like level 8 and up, it's not going to be full coverage because they don't have much underlining pigment anyways, that it's not really going to cover. But she says that this is not like as opaque. Is that the right word? Opaque is like no see-through at all. Like this is opaque. Like you can't see my arm at all. So she says that the Express colors are not opaque. Like they're not gonna cover 100%. You're gonna have like a little bit of dimension, like where like some of the hair is super white, some of it is gray, you know? So she said it's definitely not for like a client that's super resistant hair or super dark hair. Like maybe don't use this, like stick with just the permanent color. But for somebody that's like not super persistent, not too many grays, she said it's a good one. Actually, hold on, let me check my carne over here. It looks so good just like this though. Okay, so where was I? So Illumina, it's a permanent color, but it's like very sheer. And it's really pretty because it almost looks like their grays are still in there, so it's like highlighted. It's like very dimensional still. It's not like a full permanent color where it's like all the same. And it fades over time also. So as the hair grows, as you shampoo it, it'll also fade a little bit. So it's not gonna be so harsh of a line. So that's kind of my understanding up to this point. But then of course during this class, she said, so it can be mixed with any developer. It can be used as a glossing service also if you do 1 part tone to 1 part pastel developer and 1 part post treatment. So that's interesting, I did not know. And she says that her favorite toner for like an icy, like platinum, like Elsa gray, y'all know Elsa from Frozen, a 9.6 and a 10.1 from Illumina. And then she says sometimes after she rinses that, she'll do a second toner, she'll do 10.8.1. And she says that's a super pretty icy white. And if somebody is 100% gray, if you want to transition them to Illumina, use Express first and then Illumina. And Express is that new 10-minute color because she says like that one's not as permanent as like the regular permanent, so that's like a good first transitioning stage before Illumina, because Illumina is like even more sheer, you know. So if you do Illumina just like right off the bat and they've been coloring their hair with permanent color and it's like dark, you know, she said it's just gonna be too harsh of a line. But if you do the Express color first, do that a few times and then Illumina, she said that would be a good transition stage. I do have one lady, let me just tell you the story because we love our clients, we really do, but sometimes they go home and do some stuff that we do not appreciate. Because there was this lady, she was coming to me, right? She told me from the very start that she wanted to eventually go gray. So I'm like, okay, well, let's transition you and get you lighter. So when she first started to come to me, she was a level 4 naturally, which is a dark brown. That's like my hair. And so we were just coloring it with 4, right? But every single time she'd come in, I would go lighter. So I'd do like a 4 and a 5. I would mix the 2. And then we were doing the 5. And then I'd mix the 5 and the 6. And then we were doing a 6. So I had her down to a 6. Y'all. She went home. Or didn't go home. She was home. In between one of our appointments. Colors her hair herself with box color. It literally was like a level 4. So now we're pretty much starting over. Like I literally started her... I've done highlights on her once to break that freaking dark band. And of course, it's going to lift so warm. So it's like warm highlights, you know? I don't know. It's fine. I just told her, I was like, well, you ought to know that you just delayed what you wanted to do. So anyways, back to the notes. Okay, and then color touch. So Illumina is very cool based. Color touch is a warm base. And she also told us to not use with pastel developer because Color Touch has its own developer, and it's a 6 volume, and they have a 13 volume. And anytime we're out of the 6 volume, we use the pastel developer that's also 6 volume, but it's a different type of 6 volume than the Color Touch 6 volume. And we were using that. She said, do not use that. Like, literally, you're just wasting product. It does nothing. And Color Touch has 70% gray blending. And you always want to formulate for a shade lighter because sometimes it can grab a shade darker. Great for corrections, great for filling. I don't use Shinefinity as much as I would like, but Shinefinity is cool because it's true to tone, it has no ammonia in it, and it does give it a really pretty shiny finish. I use Color Touch more when I tone, but I do want to hop into the Shinefinity. And then we went into bleach. Yeah, Wella has like, they have their regular bleach, and then they have their Blondor bleach, and then they have their Free Lights, and then they have their Magma. And then they have, what's the other ones? There's like, I don't know, I can't remember them all because there's literally so many. So then we went into that. There's a lot of stuff with Wella. That's why it's like, it takes a minute to like learn it all really because there's so much.